Hello everybody. I've done my usual thing. I've come down, poured a coffee out, had a walk around the plot, just check everything's alright. Sat down, finished my coffee, and I'm about to get on with some harvesting now. I've got my trusty trug here to fill up with veg. I got some sprouts up the day before yesterday. They're at home. They're all sort of off the stems now and prepared, washed, stored away in the fridge. I've got squashes in the greenhouse as well. All that sort of for Christmas dinner or over the Christmas period, shall we say. But I do want to get another couple of additions just to, well, feed us over the festive period, really. It's not much more different than a normal week for me. Every week I want to take a trug full of veg up, if I can. And that will just feed us for the next week. Over Christmas, sort of day after Boxing Day, we won't be eating salad until then, but I'll come down and pick some salad stuff. I've got loads of salad stuff here as well. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just get cracking and get some stuff out of the ground in the trug. Quite exciting, really. So what do I want for Christmas? Well, about a year ago, it was sort of early January, earlier this year, I was just knocking on the door of 4,000 subscribers, and in this last year I've grown now to just knocking on the door of 14,000 subscribers. I think I'm about 40 away from getting there. To get to 14,000 for Christmas Day would be a dream come true, and a target I set myself back then. So that will be wonderful. So close. If you're not subscribed, the big red button's just down here. Just hit that and you're subscribed. It doesn't bite, doesn't cost you anything. I don't bite. And it's wonderful for you to be part of it. To all those who have joined, I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this year. I've certainly enjoyed making the videos, and from the comments I get, it seems that people enjoy what I do, which thrills me endlessly. So anyway, if you can share any of my videos anywhere you're allowed to, don't break any rules obviously, or if you can let another gardening friend know that I exist and they may want to come and have a look. Or if you're a YouTube creator, you can put a mention to me in one of your videos or on your community tab. That'd be fantastic, and I'll always repay the favour, as you know, because that's just me. I like to do that sort of thing. So thanks again for a wonderful year. I'm not disappearing off. This is not like a sayonara speech. This is just me, just desperate to get to that 14,000, because that's a target I set back in January. So if you could get me there, many, many thanks. So we'll have a look at these parsnips first. These are, just in case you can't tell from the video, we're actually in a large tunnel here, and I don't want to dig them up. This is a no dig bed. I just want to loosen them in the ground, really. Pull them up, the spindly little thing. That's a bit better. I think they did better here last year. But we'll get something to eat off it, so I guess that's the main thing. I might try them outside again next year. I gave up growing them outside a few years ago because I just seem to get canker all the time on them. But there we go. I think that will do us, really. Right, I also want to get some carrots up. Those of you who watch me regularly will know I pulled a box just last week or the week before, I think. They were to go into storage for in case I can't get out for any reason. So I've got them at the house, in the shed at home, if they are needed. So these are to use now as fresh, to use this week and going into next week. And some of these bigger ones especially, will be cut in half and roasted along with the parsnips and squash. There we go. So that's a cracking bunch of carrots there. Really happy with them. We'll go and trim the foliage off them, and they can all go in there. Brill. While we're on the root veg, I've got some beetroot here. It was quite a late sowing, this, and not all of the row came up, but I'll take the rest of them. They're fairly small, but they'll boil up over Christmas. I won't do anything too special with these. They'll just be for slicing to go into salads. After all that indulgence of the big meals and things, you need a bit of something light. So, a few bulbs there will do us grand. These leeks don't look particularly their best. They're a bit manky looking, but once you've peeled, taken the outside stuff off, they'll be fine. So we'll have a few of those to take home as well. Right, I also want a cabbage. There's a few in there, but this one at the front, this big one here, I think I'm going to have that because it looks like that's been started to be pecked by probably a pigeon, I would say. So I think I'll have this one first, if I can cut it off. If not, pull it out, trim it off, so that'll do. So some time ago I made a video about transplanting veg from outside into the polytunnel to grow them on, and that was after a tip I got off Hugh at Hugh's nursery. I think these roots have grown on a little bit, but the only real way to tell would be for me to compare the video footage at home, but I'm taking that one anyway. We'll have that celeriac over Christmas. And sort of the last thing to harvest this week is some of this gorgeous stuff. This is the kale, and what I'll do with this is I'll take this home, wash it, drain it to dry it off, and then I'll store it away in an airtight container in the fridge, and this will keep for a good 10, even 14 days. And it's great for running through risottos, stir frying. You can put it in, chop it up and put it in soups. It's just a fantastic thing. One thing I really like to do is chunk it up quite fairly small, the size of a crisp, drizzle it with some olive oil and some sea salt, mix it all up on a tray in the oven for a healthy crisp. Brilliant. So we'll have some of this one here. This is dwarf green, and some of that coloured stuff down there, the Tuscan stuff. Brilliant. So that makes a nice little harvest for now. I mean, I will be back down here later this week before Christmas, and knowing me, I'll probably be down here Boxing Day morning as usual. Yeah, so there we go. Nice little harvest to take home anyway. That's it for this one. Harvest done. All getting excited. The big fat fella's on his way. He's just greasing up the runners on his sleigh, and he'll be whizzing around here soon. But anyway, do look after yourselves. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you later in the week. Ta-ra now.